Here we are going to cover a warm-up and cool down for before and after a workout. However, your warm-up will depend on you and your unique needs. This is sped up, of course, so you will be moving slower and more controlled through all these. We're starting out with jumping jacks and some jogging. It was pretty cold out, so I was trying to get some blood flow and get warm. Now we're going into some hip openers. Next, opening up the chest and arms, just trying to get blood flow. You always want to get that before you move. It's going to decrease your risk of injury, and particularly if you're pretty tight, you're going to want to add some static stretches. But here we're going through a dynamic warm-up, priming as getting ready for movement. If those butt kicks were a little bit too high impact, you could do low impact varieties like I'm showing here for all of this warm-up. Knee hugs, walking through full range, bracing the core for balance. And honestly, I would do a few more for some of these. I'm just going through this pretty quickly. So like this is getting the calves hinging, flat back, folding forward, driving that toe up, easing down, bent knee is fine. Honestly, I would usually do a static stretch though, because my calves are pretty tight. Some high knees. These are shoulder dislocations. They are awesome for the upper body. My head was moving forward a little bit on these, and ideally it would not be. As I get loosened up, you'll see that that decreases. Not a super tight band, maybe a medium to light band for this. If you don't have a band, or even after those shoulder dislocations, you could do some arm circles, starting small and getting bigger. Totally okay if the arms bend some, and then going both directions. Loosening up the traps and scalenes. A lot of people are really tight here. Tucking the chin feels better with this. I would do about a few sets of maybe 5 to 10 seconds, really light fingertips, never pulling hard on the neck, of course. I'm barely actually helping that at all with my hands. Opening up those hips, using the elbows to drive out, sitting back. Probably would have held that a bit longer usually. These are T-spine rotations. These feel great on the upper body, and also that back leg is getting a hip flexor stretch. I did 8. Normally I'd have a client do 10 for these. You can also do it with that back knee down and bent if that feels more comfortable to you. Rolling on up. This is the cool down portion. So I love to foam roll after workouts. You can do it before, especially if you're tight, but I particularly like it after. My back is a bit arched with this. If you have back pain, I would engage that core and bring it up a bit. I was waving to my mom there. Rolling out the quads, holding on any tight spots. You want to spend longer on anything that's tight, whether that's for a stretch or foam rolling. We're all going to have unique needs. Some people are tighter in their upper body, some lower. Rolling out the back, staying on the upper back, getting some extension here. Whatever feels good to you, always listening to your body, of course. Getting into those sides. Here we are going to do a hamstring stretch. You do not have to grab the toe like I just did. You can hinge forward, flat back, and fold, never forcing it, never going too far with a stretch. You'd do about a minute each side. You could do 30 and 30 seconds. Next, rolling out the calves. You don't have to lift your whole body up for this. And just really getting into those tight spots. A couple minutes each area for everything you're rolling. I'm just demoing it here. Next, opening up. This stretch is going to get into the low back. Letting that hand reach, letting those legs fall to the other side. About 30 seconds each side for that. And then here at figure 4, one of my favorite post-workouts for the hips and glutes. I'm driving out with that elbow and getting a stretch into there. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell for notifications. I'll see you guys next week. Let me know how this goes for you all.